is Lara. I'm a student in Class 1. Being at Rosey for only 2 months now, it has already been an experience like no other. Coming here, away from home, my family, my friends, wasn't easy at all. But I wanted to push myself, go beyond my limits, and as Paul Bourget, a French novelist, once said, widen your horizons. Look beyond your limits, and opportunities will become evident, motivations will become clear. And that's exactly what I did. When we think about limits, we think of them as a barrier we can't go beyond. But on the contrary, limits are made to be pushed and surpassed. Without noticing, we limit ourselves every day. In a way, life limits us too, giving us a limited amount of time that we just can't seem to extend. But some things are limitless. Knowledge. Knowledge has no limits. And the best part is, we learn something new every single day. But how can we do this? Now, I'm pretty sure most of you have heard about the Oscar-winning movie, Slumdog Millionaire. It's about a young boy living in the streets of Mumbai after the death of his mother, who manages to win the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire competition only through the knowledge he gained by the observations he made while living on the streets. Now, this is a perfect example of a young boy living in dreadful conditions, who through his knowledge manages to turn his whole life around. Knowledge is all around us, not only in the classroom. We just need to want to learn. I have a question for all of you. Who here thinks they're addicted to learning? Raise your hands. Thank you. When we hear the word addiction, we usually think of it in a negative way, such as addiction to drugs, alcohol, smoking. But addiction can also be used positively. Most of you didn't raise your hands, and that's normal. But you are also addicted to learning. In fact, humans are addicted to learning. We all crave knowledge. And when I say learning, I don't only mean maths, science, literature, and all the other subjects you take at school. But I also mean learning through life experiences. Maybe learning a new gossip, or who won yesterday's football match. The willingness to learn something new comes from curiosity. And if humans weren't curious, we would have become extinct millions of years ago. We are all natural explorers. We are all born with the willingness to explore and understand the world. But is it enough to want to learn? Is it a solitary activity? To answer that, let's look at one final example. Ataturk, the founder of modern Turkey, which also happens to be my country. Ataturk is someone who was brought up with only military education, but he was a man of wisdom. He knew that in order to survive and create a completely different country, he needed to not only add to his military education, but also surround himself with those who knew more than he did. It's fine to learn on your own, but if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Don't set yourself and your knowledge limits. Go beyond what you already know. Thank you.